So the evidence changed. The data was very clear, but you updated your belief very slowly, too slowly, clinging to what was originally working or what you have been doing for the longest. And then you are not shifting with the speed with which the society or the sector is shifting. In fact, sometimes it could even be that in your heart, in your spirit, you are sensing that I've been doing one thing for a long time, I need to change. It may not even be the trend in the society. It may just be yourself telling you that you've been doing so little, so lately, and you needed to change and you needed to shift, and you are not doing that. And that delay is costing you so much in your destiny. This is called conservatism bias. My name is Dr. Cussons, Africa's premium high performance thinking and strategic execution expert. Now, the conservatism bias is bias number 57 in our 225 plus bias series. Conservatism bias is the tendency to underreact to new evidence, revising your existing beliefs too little and too slowly when fresh information is telling you that a larger update is very, very needed. It happened to me. In fact, after many years in the academia, very few years, not just too many, maybe 5 years in the academia, I knew I was not supposed to continue that. Even though we are best students and, the students loved us, in quotes, because, you motivate them, you are what they could want to be. But you see, I know that I was made for more. Not as if the university system is not a good place. For a lot of people, it was. But for me, I thought I had more. There were things I wanted to change in that system. For instance, I had programs of vice chancellors, rectors, provosts, directorate of centers that I wanted to implement, but that system is not allowing me to do that. So I needed to get out. But it took me almost another decade for me to be able to have the courage to leave. In fact, because of that, I had a business school, I had an IT management consulting firm, I was a public speaker, moving around the world speaking, but I needed to do these things full time. Yes? So when we say conservatism bias, it doesn't mean that you've left the whole thing or you neglected the evidences so much so that you are not paying attention. No, you are paying attention, only that you don't just let that your attention move as much as it should. And because of that, the old beliefs hold very disproportionate weights, very disproportionate capacity, over what you should have been doing. New evidences and new evidence are fighting uphill to make you take action. So in our businesses, in our personal life, in our relationship, you see conservatism bias when you should move ahead, but you are still in that place. Now, that is also different from some people who are always very hasty. They've not learned enough. You see them with the apprentice. They've not learned enough to understand the success algorithms of that business. They say, I'm tired. I want to go and make as much money as my boss. And then they go there. The next 3 decades, they're still struggling, suffering, because they didn't pick the software running that business. So in business, a business owner sees early signs that a market is shifting. Declining numbers, changing customer behavior, new competitor models. But he or she kept adjusting her strategy only slightly, anchored to his original assumptions. By the time she fully updates, the window has closed and the business is lost. It happens very often. Also, in relationship, you are a man, you are a woman, from your partner, you receive clear evidence that he or she had moved or had changed positively, negatively to the other way. Yeah, a man may have upgraded in such a way that you as a woman, you should catch up with him as a wife, as a spouse. Or a woman had upgraded. She's got a PhD, she got a better job, she's now very busy with her life and all the, or spiritually even. And then, but you are still in the same place you were when you guys got married, and you are pulling her down, or she's pulling you down. It won't work. Over time, you have irreconcilable differences, and then divorce will come knocking on the door. So what are some of the fixes? One of them is that now, if you should always ask yourself this question: if we are seeing this thing afresh, if this evidence that are coming, if I see them afresh, what would I conclude if I wasn't already inside this? In other words, let's assume you are a religious person and there are new facts emerging about your religion. And then you know that these facts are true. But because you have believed it, you say, no, I can't change my belief. You are in a denomination, new facts are emerging, maybe about your GO, about your founder or whatever. But because you have believed, you say, I won't change. So you need to always ask that question. If I wasn't neck deep into this and this facts I imagine, what will I do? So always strip away your prior beliefs, your prior convictions most times, and let the new evidence speak fully to you. Are people going AI? Are people going online? Are people using influencing to sell? Are people doing more marketing now? And you should be able to say, what are they even doing? Listen to it, understand what they are doing, and now know whether you are going to do it or not. Don't allow conservatism bias to just destroy what you have, or what you should have done. Yeah, good thing you had or you have, you are not able to match it with the newer, and then it becomes old, and then you are obsoletized from the market. Number two, every evidence you see, weigh them appropriately. Yeah, every time you see new data, you need to check it dispassionately. The ones that need updating, update. Don't do just token adjustment. Check that your business. What are the things you've been doing for the past 1 decade? What are the things you've been doing for the past half a decade? Are they still working? If they're not, your customer service, your strategy, your operations, your HR, you try to work on them and upgrade. And if you are having issues, the founders inertia, you are tired of that business, probably so-called, you are no more, etc. Yeah, you just get away from the business, hand it over. You see, if you look, I took just 24 months away. I've done 6 months already from my companies, and just to free my head, think better, and then rest. Yeah. So sometimes you need to also do that. Now, also number 3, schedule belief reviews. Your algorithms, your principles, your systems. Periodically revisit key assumptions you have, against current reality, against current happenings, against emerging issues in your sector. And then you are able to review it and you are able to make better decisions. Strong beliefs, loosely held, okay? Updated fully when evidence deserves and demands it. Don't hold your belief in such a way that they're so strong that they're not loosely held. Always have strong beliefs, because if you don't have strong beliefs, you won't be able to push them through. But always be willing to review them when you find out that they need review. You don't need even the society to tell you. You need to, from time to time, do that review. Don't let yesterday's conclusion outvote your today's truth. Okay, so this verse number 57. Now, always update at the speed of evidence, but also remember that comfort zone can always kill your destiny. Share this with that someone clinging to and very comfortable with an outdated conclusion. The question we always ask: when was the last time you fed the mind that makes the money? Click the link in the bio. Click the link below. Click the link in the comment section and be part of Dr. Kali Cussons seminars and masterclasses. See you soon.